What's up, everybody? Jackson here. Today I got Chubbz with me.
What's up, guys?
And we're going to be talking about a comment I got. I can't remember where the fuck it was, dude. I was looking for it earlier. I could not find it. I swear it was either on my Battleborn video where I was like, no, I'm not your fucking founder. Right. So you don't get to call me a founder. That's not what a founder is. A founder is someone who's buying into early access. You know what I mean?
It's so fucking stupid.
Like, we're founders, Mark.
I didn't even log in.
We're founders,
claim
Chubbz.
my rewards like I give a shit.
I did.
I'm wiping my ass with your fucking.
I did. I can't even remember what skin I bought. Like, the thing about it, that whole deal is Battleborn has constantly been a free to play game.
Right.
Okay, I don't care. Like, you take away the story mode, and Battleborn is a free to play game. And in the beginning, you may as well have taken the story mode out of it, right? Because it didn't work in a lot of cases. How many times did we try that one damn mission with Cass and Trev and Chris? Full 5-man group on advanced, or was it? It wasn't hardcore. We just had it on advanced. Yeah. Advanced, trying to do that stupid saboteur mission, and we could not, for the life of us, save the end of that. The fucking final phase.
Yeah, the capture point. It was because the capture point was taking way more damage than they had to buff that thing.
Yeah, they buffed the HP
and
on
then
it.
Not only that, but they like touched up where the enemies spawned, because there were enemies that were spawning like 3 levels higher that were able to hit the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, they changed it so they can't hit it. They can only hit the player.
Yeah.
So if the players buy it, then I think I don't know, dude. It's fucking stupid, dude.
That was
like,
bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And then there was the mission with the one boss that just stood there. That was the saboteur too.
Yeah.
That was like phase 1 of the saboteur. Yeah, he just stood there and stared at you, and you could just beat him down.
Mm.
But anyway, the comment that got me thinking about all this, trailing into Battleborn, trailing into Borderlands 2, trailing into like my experience with Gearbox, was someone said basically, you know what, I think it might have been on my No Man's Sky video, because I say in there like Randy Pitchford just fucked up too late. But basically he said it sucks for Gearbox because they do have a lot of creativity there. I'm going to have to find that comment. Anyway, basically what he was saying was at this point for them, it's like Borderlands 3 or bust.
Yeah.
And that immediately started getting me thinking, because of the current climate of video games, like, what are we going to see out of a Borderlands 3, dude? You know what I mean? Like, oh, man.
You don't know at this point. Because they haven't released anything that was like that for a long time. Everything that they've released at this point has just been cut up pieces, DLC content, all that crap.
Yeah.
They haven't released like a full, expansive, immersive world RPG, leveling up
Since
all sorts
Borderlands
of weapons.
2.
Yeah, the farming mechanic of, Diablo style. You want to get more shit, so you're advancing through the...
So there's several ways they could improve Borderlands. The Borderlands franchise, from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3. I felt like but it was made by an outside studio, the pre-sequel, that was kind of a retread.
Yeah.
I felt like new classes, yes, but it felt like essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Mission structure was kind of the same.
Combat.
Yeah. They added the double jump or whatever, the fucking rocket boost shit with the 0G. It was cool. It was fun, entertaining for sure, but it didn't really redefine the game.
No.
Right? And that's a question you got to ask yourself, and I'm sure Gearbox is asking themselves that too. Is like, should we redefine the formula? Should we tweak it? Should we make it, do different things? Or are we going to just try to tread the same ground because we know that that's successful, and hopefully people still love that, but are people still going to love that? So if you get Borderlands 3, and let's just say it looks really good though, like, let's say visually from fucking Borderlands to the pre-sequel, Borderlands 2 the pre-sequel, visually it's more impressive than that, right?
Right.
But what if it's a retread? Like, how are you going to feel about that?
If it's just like the
imagine
same
if it's
old
kind of
run
like,
around
yeah,
bullshit,
imagine if it's kind of like at the end of the day it feels just like the pre-sequel, basically.
Then I'm not going to spend $60 for it.
60? Yeah, that would be too much.
Well, that's the number one thing that you got to take into account is $60 is a lot of cash that you're forking over for a video game. So if it's gonna be $60,
it does, and
it better be like
well, for
worthy
guys
for
like
that
us
cash.
too, like, because we're budget gamers, we're like recently, just barely I bought that. I can't remember what it's called, but the redneck fucking dude, it's great.
Immortal Redneck.
Yeah, Immortal Redneck, dude, it's great. It's so fun. I picked that up for $15, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at GOG for games on sale. So like, I'm a sales guy. If I can get the same experience in like Borderlands 2, that you're offering in Borderlands 3. Well, guess what? I already own Borderlands 2, and like I can still sit down and enjoy that game. I don't need. It's kind of like Destiny 2.
Yeah.
That's like how I felt about the beta. Like the beta with Destiny 2, it just felt like, you know, they didn't want to get too far out of that footwork that they've already done.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like the Call of Duty games. It's like, I'm not judging anyone who likes Call of Duty games. I'm not judging anyone who likes Destiny and wants the same sort of thing all the time. Like, you want familiarity with your games. You want, you know, something that you know how to do. You don't want it switched up too much. You just want it, you know, maybe tweaked and improved in certain ways, but you want the same experience. Right. I'm not judging you. I'm just not that way. Like, Destiny 2, when I played the beta, I was like, this feels exactly like Destiny 1 to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have differences. I'm not saying it doesn't look better. I'm not saying it's not going to run gorgeous at 60 FPS on the fucking
it's
you know,
just how
PC.
you feel when playing the game.
I'm not saying that game's not going to be fun for people. I'm sure it is. I'm just not going to pay fucking $60 plus however much this day one season pass is that still doesn't circumference all the content they're going to be releasing, plus microtransactions on top of that with the RNG loot box system bullshit in there, which I'm sure is going to be wrapped up now that these things are just, I mean, what could they possibly do that's worse than what Shadow of Mordor has already done? In a single player game, tied that bitch, you know, that shit up with the fucking main story, with the main campaign. So like what, like literally what could Bungie do that would possibly be worse than that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they can be pretty blatant with these things.
They can be pretty ballsy.
They could start throwing gear in there, like straight up loot, exotics, gear in that shit.
Oh yeah.
They could do golds easy because now they have the weapon higher, and it just, you know, they always, the way Bungie is, they're so slippery, man. It's like a motherfucking, it's like the Devil's Advocate or something, like that movie with yeah. So like it's kind of like that. So they're just slippery. Like they always set up this fucking way when they do something bullshit. They set up fucking like arguments. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's kind of what I do with my videos. Yeah, like as I'm fucking telling my argument, as I'm saying like this is my opinion, I've always got a shell around everything I say so that I know what's coming at me back at me. So there's always, you know, I have an argument, I have something I can say. And Bungie has always done that for, you know, and they've given their fans, you know, reason to do that. You know, it's, after the Taken King, it was like, you don't even know, fuck you. You can't criticize this game anymore because they fixed it with this $40 expansion I bought. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and there's always been this sort of like, this isn't fucking reused content. That's just lie. That's bullshit. Like, people still believe that. Like, people don't understand the reality that Bungie themselves at this point has said, like, you know what I mean? So like, people will still sit there and they'll try to be like, oh, well, you know, it never got cut. Like, they never fucking took anything out.
They sit there and blatantly will defend that game and just ignore the truth.
Oh, yeah.
And all sorts of facts.
My favorite was that stupid fanboy bro that we did the video of me reading his comment. Microsoft cheap ass hate. Microsoft is fucking cheap ass hate. That guy. But fucking his argument in some of those comments, he was talking about how World of Warcraft, people are glitching into new areas all the time, and that doesn't mean that it's finished. That just means they're building onto it. And it's like, Holmes, are you fucking serious, dude? $500 million. Let that sink into your fucking dome, okay? Now, either they spent 95% of that is what they'd have to have spent, right, on fucking marketing, because that's always the argument there. Like, oh, but think how much Bungie paid for marketing. Think how much Activision paid for marketing. And that $500 million. And it's over the course of 10 years. $500 million is a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
All right? And if Destiny fucking day one, all the content they had, including the Vault of Glass, which was cut content, by the way, because didn't they keep that from us for a month? Didn't we pay for that?
Yeah.
Like, we fucking bought that, right? Like, we paid them $60 plus $35 for a fucking season pass.
Dude, they tried to handle it like a freaking MMO. Like, oh, we're going to hang on to the raid for a month because, you know, we want to, you know, make sure people get up geared and ready for it. Like, fuck you. You're not Blizzard. Quit trying to be Blizzard, you stupid fucking bitch. Like, Jesus Christ.
But they want to be Blizzard.
No, they want to
so
be
bad.
Blizzard, and they try to handle their game exactly like Blizzard, but it's not a fucking MMO. It's a goddamn console game that they're releasing to die.
To be fair, though, they are kind of handling their business like Blizzard now, because either of those companies spend their millions of dollars on their fancy fucking trailers.
Here's the number one question I will ask to any fucking Bungie fanboy who comes at me with that argument is, okay, does Destiny 2 have all of the content that you were playing in Destiny 1? Plus all the content that they put in Destiny 2?
Exactly.
Like, that's the number one
that's
thing with
an
Warcraft.
MMO.
That's an MMO. You are
That's
playing
an
vanilla.
MMO.
Vanilla is still in there when you're playing the next expansion because you have all of that. It just expands.
But you don't
to
understand,
the
bro. These fucking hip, cool Destiny boys. You don't understand, though, bro. I don't know. We've turned this into a Bungie Destiny. I don't care. We'll get back to Gearbox in a minute. Wait your fucking turn, you fuck ups. We'll be getting back to you in a minute.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
That was fucking fun.
Yeah.
But the cool, hip fucking Destiny dudes, they all know that vanilla Destiny was before the Taken King, right? And then that's Taken King Destiny.
Vanilla. I love how they sit there and call it Vanilla Destiny.
Yeah, Vanilla
Jesus
Destiny
Christ.
within one fucking game that's like clearly not a game, like at all. Like, I bet Destiny 2 is still shit, dude. I bet you they do it though. I bet you they seriously, legitimately rework those areas and keep them in Destiny 2 and just reskin the fuck out of them like they did with the Rise of Iron. Right? Just reskin the fuck out of a bunch of already fucking finished assets, fucking put them all there and say, oh, well, fucking destruction happened in the fucking Cabal came and it's been fucking crazy, man.
Oh my god.
And then there'll be the new areas too. So basically what they've done is they've recolored your shit and sold it back to you. If that's what happens.
Because they're the kings of doing that. They're the kings of doing that. They fucking make content and then they just reuse it 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
And then you're just sitting there.
And then they're like, oh, well, shotguns need to be worked with and fucking fusion rifles need to be worked with. We're so fucking cool. We need money from you guys for these microtransactions because we just don't have enough fucking money to hire a live team to fucking keep all these updates and weapon changes fucking going on and fucking up your experience with the game. Okay. The reason I think we trail into them so much is I feel like they deserve what we're about to dish out to Gearbox just as much as we're dishing out to Gearbox. But there's this, like that commenter said, where he's like, at this point for Gearbox, it's like Borderlands 3 or bust. Like, at this point, it's Borderlands 3 or bust. If they fuck that up, and I truly believe that's a legitimate case to make.
Oh, yeah.
You look at what they had to happen with Colonial Space Marines, like, they lost a lot of people's favor. I mean, Jim Sterling fucking will... And you know what's crazy is even he made a video about Battleborn where he's like, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. And, like, if you haven't seen that, we should watch that. But it's a depressing post-mortem of Battleborn by Jim Sterling. Watch that video. Dude's brilliant, dude. Like, so fucking smart. He makes me feel fucking stupid, and I feel like I've got, my head on my shoulders straight enough to see the bullshit that they're fucking throwing at me. But... Anyway, but he's just like, he sees things and he's like, with Battleborn, I would say, like, the thing about Battleborn that I think is Gearbox is responsible. Like, I hear it all the time in comments, like, especially on that Battleborn, like, fuck you, Gearbox, I'm not your founder. You don't get to call me a founder because that's something that early access people get to call me. And you did not sell me this game as early access, Gearbox. You sold me this game as a finished AAA title. You marketed it as that. You didn't fucking tell me that there's going to be exploits with it. You didn't tell me that what I was buying was the fucking technical test that I had played months and months before. Right?
Right.
And so that's the problem with it. When you start to get into Battleborn, it wasn't Overwatch and Blizzard that killed that game.
No.
Did they hurt it? Yeah.
Yeah.
They took a lot of fucking, like, the casual audience away from it. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying Overwatch is definitely easier to get into if you're not as skilled in first-person shooters as Battleborn is. Like, Battleborn, if someone's on point and they're playing very well, you're going to get fucked up if you're able to get into a match.
Right.
I was trying to get footage for this video we're doing. I couldn't get into a game, dude.
Yeah. It was a whole process. It was not working at all. Why don't they just shut the servers down? They made it free to play just to shut the servers down, or what?
It was free to play from the jump, dude, because think of how they handled the game modes.
Oh, yeah.
The queues, even. Mm-hmm. Like, they were dictating what we were able to play when we were able to play it, even when there was a, player base. And, there still is on the PS4, I'm sure. I'm just not going to download that game on my Sony. It takes way too fucking long, right? It's too fucking big just to play it for fucking, an hour or two to get a few matches. Like, I'm not doing it. So what you're getting is PC gameplay. And that is the menu. No one's playing this game.
Yeah.
And this is why no one's playing it. Because you build it as a $60 AAA title. It releases, okay? Maybe people can forgive you for the broken PvP and stuff because there is the story mode there. Maybe people can make that argument that there is the story mode and that's a huge difference between Overwatch. Yeah, but here's the thing. Overwatch ran on day one. Blizzard did not shoot themselves in the foot with Overwatch. The only thing they did to shoot themselves in the foot was put loot boxes in it and have that the primary reward system. Because I guarantee you that fucked them up from selling that game to people like me. We never bought that game. Right? The reason I bought Battleborn is because I knew that it was going to have single player activities. And then you buy it and you can't play the single player activities unless you have a subscription to PlayStation Plus. And you can't, and there's games that are free that are doing the same fucking thing for the PvP side of things. And, those story modes, I've soloed them all on advanced, right? I can't do it on advanced hardcore. That's the only other challenge I have with those story missions. I'm done with them, right? So why in the fuck would I choose to play a AAA title that was $60, Gearbox, that released barely functioning in some cases? There were bugs out the ass, especially with Galt, dude. I wish I still had that saved on my Sony, but I don't. Yeah. I've had to clear out footage. It's been so long. You run out of room. But yeah, that point where I would use his ult and you'd be aiming at the mobs in story missions and it would do no damage. Like the whole mission. Remember that shit? Yeah. I was like, come over here and look at this. And I told you to like hide and I ran up ahead and I used my ult and I'm like, look, no fucking damage. And I saved it. And I think there might be a little bit of it in my review of the Battleborn or one of my rant videos about it. Because it's fucking, there was serious problems with this. Okay. And then you treat it like the same way Destiny did, where you're like, we'll decide when you get shit, okay? So that tells me one of two things. Either they've seriously just not finished this shit. This game isn't done. They pulled assets off of it. They pulled money out of it. They stopped this somewhere, like close to the end, but I'd say not, because from the story missions, it felt like there was a more grand thing in mind. Right?
Yes, and how they marketed it, like when they first revealed it at E3, they were like, oh, it's going to have such an awesome story. There is going to be a story, and it's going to be
and
really
it was
immersive.
Just fractured.
And and he was going into how, like, you could play him solo, like, it would just put an AI character in there for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That shit isn't there.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, certain stuff like that he was talking about that just
Here's what I think happened. Is 2K is like a third-rate fucking, who's being EA? Who's being fucking WB? Anyway, one of these stupid fucking publishers that are trying to catch up to Activision and what Activision has been doing. Basically, I feel like Activision is dominating fucking everything.
Yeah.
Okay. The way their loot boxes and their fucking microtransactions are put into place, they're very addictive. They're very enticing. They're very easy for people to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I play this one game so much because it's so addicting and I'm good at it now because it's all I play.
Yeah.
It's so, it's so easy to just be like, here, I'm going to fucking throw them $100 instead of buying this new title. And this is across the board, across their whole fucking like COD, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare, fucking remaster. I mean, there's a lot of COD games getting played. There's a lot of Destiny's getting played a lot. Destiny 2's coming out. It's going to be a huge owner. And they're also seeing profits from fucking Overwatch, which is just so fucking relevant that they seem to have a fucking story for it every 2 fucking minutes on my Twitter feed. And it's always some bullshit like, Overwatch player went to a wedding and then came back and freaking went.
Oh my God.
Guess what? I don't fucking care.
Who fucking cares?
You take their dick out. All these companies, they take Blizzard's dick out and they just
all over the face.
Slap the cheek, slap the other cheek. They love it. Like, these articles are literally fluff pieces keeping these games relevant and pushing the fuck. I mean, there was one for No Man's Sky that was No Man's Sky's grass is fucking excellent. Like, that's the fucking title. Really? They're marveling at the grass,
dude,
huh?
This is why I gave up on the gaming industry. I'm not current. I didn't give a shit about E3 this year.
Because, like, it's just, there's a whole generation of people that think that they're telling them what cool is. Yeah. And these are the type of people, they don't really have personalities of their own. They kind of struggle. It's not their fault. It's really not. It's this extreme marketing machine that has been fucking thrown at their face since they were kids watching cartoons. You know what I mean? Like, think of some of the commercials you watch. Like, it's just like, you watch them, you're like, this is fucking stupid. This is so stupid. But you wanted that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you needed that shit. I remember for me, it was those fucking pads. The Noxzema pads or whatever. And it always showed some cute fucking chick, and she was like wiping it off, and her fucking, they like made it look like her forehead was being renewed. And I was like, I gotta have that shit, because I had acne when I was a kid, you know? Not bad, but I get whiteheads, and then I'd pop them, and they'd look gross, and they'd bleed and shit, you know what I mean? And you're so embarrassed about that shit, and then you're like, fuck, you know, I gotta have those. You gotta have those, you know? And it's like that, but it's this constant shit now, because it's on the phones, it's on the internet, it's, you know,
you're in the pulse. You have your hand on the pulse of the gaming hub. Yep. You have, every game has a community, every game has a website that you have to log in and register to. Like, Jesus Christ, I had to log in and register to play Elite Dangerous. Like, nothing personal against that game, but Jesus Christ, do I really gotta log in and play to fucking go roam around space and do jack shit for the next fucking 4 hours? Really? Like, come on.
Oh, God.
In the case of Bungie, that's the only way you get their story.
Yeah. Go find ghosts.
So it's like, they've got you by the balls there. They're like, oh,
and it's
you want
dumb,
the story?
And then they like con it off as being Souls-like. They're like, this is Souls-like.
No.
Right? Because you are exploring the map to find the story.
Because you can fucking make whatever the fuck up you want about the story and put it in the website at whatever fucking time you want. They don't know
what the fuck they're doing.
That's not Souls-like. Dark Souls,
they're making cartoons over there, bro.
Those games, it's all in the game, but it's in pieces. It's not the same.
Yeah, not at all. Because it is.
Yeah.
It's on items.
It's all in one story. It was all it's like, it was conceived all at the same time. You know what I mean?
And then he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking take it and I'm going to cut it into pieces. And I'm going to throw it in. He's so fucking
And he
awesome.
doesn't, like, years later be like, no, that's not what I meant. Or like, years later,
like,
he's like,
about
I think that, like, I wrapped that up perfectly. With a fucking smirk on his face. Like, Jesus Christ. Really? No.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. It's all in the game.
Because he had it figured out.
Yeah.
Or let people tell you it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that about it. I love lore communities. And I see the people with Destiny, the lore, they're really trying, but...
And that's another thing about Battleborn.
The problem with that, with the Destiny lore people, the problem with what they're doing is it's not like a VaatiVidya or like, what was that one guy who did that? It was like an hour and a half of like the entire Dark Souls 1 like timeline.
Something Hawk, right?
Yeah. Oh God, it was so good. We'll find it.
Yeah.
We'll find it and we'll link it or we'll fucking have it on the screen or something.
Yeah.
That video is excellent. But the thing is they're doing that about Dark Souls, right? And the difference between Dark Souls and Destiny is that, you know, you can't buy a Rockstar to get a fucking, you know, cool headpiece in fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah.
All right? You can't buy fucking Pop-Tarts and get more souls in fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, fucking... It's like Destiny... This is a game that's harmful. Right? I'm sorry. Like, it is. It's a backstep. It's a fucking... It's in the like, this is the sort of thing that just like stops companies like Bungie, who were brilliant when they were all together, when they were first starting to work on Destiny, when this could have been what it could have been.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened, whether it was Activision didn't want to give them more money, they needed more money because, you know, the fucking engine's crazy hard to work with. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, like, that ended with like several people leaving, Marty McDonald getting fired, all of these things. You whatever happened, it's obviously was hurtful to the overall Destiny experience. We know that now.
Oh yeah.
If you can't admit that to yourself now, then you're a lost cause.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you can't look at Destiny 1 and say something was terribly wrong with that game, Look at the evidence with articles released with Bungie employees saying these things happen. If you're not unwilling to admit to yourself that something terribly wrong happened with Destiny that was a step backwards for gaming.
If you think that it went off without a hitch, all I've got is one thing to say to you. Go look up Batman Dobbins. But then...
Yeah.
On a second note, bringing this back around to Battleborn, fucking the story in Battleborn, that's another thing that pissed me off.
It was fragments.
Remember, I used to rage about it.
Yeah,
because
you hated playing it. I was always the one talking you into it. Because I was doing lore challenges and shit. I just loved the characters in that game, dude.
Well, yeah.
But I got sick of those stories, too. There wasn't a cohesive
story.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you felt like you were part of an
and it was the same, like, what,
happening.
8 or 9? And it was one of them you didn't run because
it's
it was
just
the
a war with Rendane, and then all of a sudden there's fucking Boulder there on a planet with some fucking giant machine that we don't know what it does, but we have to help him do it anyway, so we're there fucking doing the same fucking goddamn things that we've done 100 times.
It felt like what they wanted to happen, and I don't know how much of those like operations are brand new. I don't know if those were meant to be part of. It felt like if you take into account
training for the PvP.
Well, if you take
that's what it felt like for me.
Well, okay, but hold on. Let me propose something. Yeah, definitely. But let me propose something else. What if it was something like they had this much money, they had to make some things, take it to the higher ups, and then the higher ups were going to decide whether or not they were going to get money and if they were going to be able to do this, right? So they start with the story and they say this is what it's going to be like, but there's going to be a bunch of stuff in between, and like we're going to go through and introduce each of the factions, each of the different fucking characters, you know, each one's going to have their own story based on what's now in it, like with all the fucking ops and everything. Like if you look at it, it's like kind of introducing key characters and the factions and explaining
certain events,
and then they took that to the higher ups and they said, no, fuck that. Activision Blizzard is releasing Overwatch, and we need to compete with them. So we want you to put your focus into the PvP. We want you to put your focus into the fucking characters.
I don't know if that's 100% true though, because that would, dude. It doesn't make sense with how they handled the PvP in the game at all.
I'm just trying to understand what happened. Where this game released, and it's a free-to-play game, and now they're selling like fucking... They're selling like disco balls that will flash over your head and that's why I'm worried about fucking Borderlands 3. They're selling some stupid fucking shit in Battleborn.
Yeah.
No one's playing this fucking game.
At all.
They don't give a fuck.
They are selling
disco balls.
Yeah.
When you KO someone, that happened. What?
Yeah.
They're selling loot boxes. They give you gear for the game. They're selling experience boosts, loot boosts, all sorts of boosts. They're selling a VIP pack. They're selling all sorts of bullshit. And I look at this menu as I'm sitting there waiting to get into a fucking game, waiting for fucking ever to get into a fucking game. And I'm just looking at this shit and I'm like, you know what? Fuck you! You motherfuckers! I was a fucking founder! You call me I'm a fucking salty, pissed off unaware founder, but I'm a fucking founder.
That was their way of subtly saying, we, bent you over and we had you. That's their way of saying that.
You hook up with someone that you really don't want to, but there's all your buddies are there and they're like, just do it, fucking, when is it gonna happen again? Fuck it, dude, why is not? You only live once, motherfucker. And you just fucking, you do something stupid, you don't like it, but you're still responsible. You knew it was gonna be a bad idea. Looking at Battleborn when I did the fucking beta, remember? I was like, dude, I don't know. Something's fucking fishy.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're going to try to sell fucking loot boxes or something, dude. Or sell this currency. Like, something feels fucked up. I fucking felt like something was fucked up.
Especially
So it's my fault. It's my fault. And now they fucked up.
Especially because we were part of the closed technical test, right? And the first boss, the best boss, was in the closed technical test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then we went in and we got into the beta, the open beta. And number one, closed technical test, I'm talking 30 minutes to an hour wait time just to get into a match.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, beta? Different. The beta was no fucking different.
No, the beta was stepped up a little bit. But the thing about it is I think that's because more people were playing. I don't think a whole lot of people signed up for the technical test.
Still.
But all I'm saying is it was the same
all the
thing,
way to
like,
when it first launched, when you were getting
I
into
loved
matches within
I loved it,
5 minutes.
I
but
loved
that's
it.
5 minutes.
I loved it. But the thing is that, like, I feel like with the options available to me, I would have been absolutely fine not buying Battleborn.
Yeah.
Like, I would have. There's so many other games that offer the same experience. Though I love that game, though I'm glad I played through that game, though I'm glad I own that game, despite all the bullshit, right? Despite all the bullshit that they've pulled, okay, I still do love that game. I could have done without buying it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I feel about Borderlands 3.
And
I think a lot of people with Aliens, Colonial, Space Marines, I doubt they feel the same way with they love that game. And they're glad they owned that game. But I think a lot of those people, they were like that with Battleborn. So there was a lot of people that may have played Battleborn that just didn't because of how they treated people with fucking Aliens, Colonial, Space Marines.
Yeah.
So how many times are they going to fuck up before... That's why I really like that comment where he was like, it's Borderlands 3 or bust for them.
Yeah.
Like, they either deliver fucking an excellent game or they're fucked.
Yeah, they've got one shot at this.
But then you look at these menus in Battleborn, bro, and you see this bullshit that they're selling and the price that they're selling it for, and you're just like...
Talking about Battleborn just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Me too.
Can I just say that?
You don't like playing it.
Well, here's my beef.
After like a month, Mark, you were done. Like, Chubbz was done. I had to talk him into playing it with me.
Here's my beef.
Every time he played it with me, it was like a chore to get him to play it with me.
Here's my fucking rage out. Here's my fucking rage out moment with fucking Gearbox and Battleborn, you fucking dipshits. Here we go, okay? Now listen, you're gonna fucking make a game with a story mode that is training for the PvP. Okay, that's all it fucking does, okay? That's all you want to fucking play the story missions for is so that you can, okay, hopefully get better to go into the PvP.
Or lore challenges.
I guess.
But you don't give a fuck about those.
I never.
A lot of people don't give a fuck.
I never give a fuck about that.
That's like some stupid shit that I gave a fuck about. I'll admit that's stupid shit for me.
Yeah.
Like, there's just certain things people give a fuck about in games that I'm like,
you know this about
like
me,
people
though.
who win Far Cry want to go around and pick up every fucking collectible. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I don't think you're dumb, or I don't think it's just, to me, I would not fucking do that. I would not enjoy doing that. Like, hats off to you for doing that.
The only way I want to
That's how I am with lore, man.
Yeah.
Lore challenges.
The only way I want to fucking do something like that is if I feel rewarded for fucking doing it. And I don't want to see, like, some stupid little trophy that pops up after I go fucking collect 600 goddamn
See,
trophies.
that wasn't... I was doing it for the story. You didn't give a fuck. Because you were like... I'd like... The thing was, I still was like,
but that's why I hated the story. That's why I hated the story.
I loved the characters. I loved the characters.
You know me. Whenever you talked me into playing, I would tell you it's PvP or nothing for me.
Yeah.
And it was because I fucked the story. Okay.
Yep.
I wanted to play the PvP. There was Meltdown. Okay. There was Incursion.
Thing was, though,
and then there was Capture. That was it.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 game modes.
Basically, you could play Incursion.
Right. But then they added maps just to those 3 base game modes. Okay?
Here's what pisses me off.
They didn't add another game mode until after they added microtransactions. So why in the fuck are you going to create a game where the story mode is just going to train you for the PvP if you're going to fucking not do the PvP correctly?
Well, it was broken, too. There were all sorts of exploits. Remember that Marquise bullshit? He could just sit there and snipe
in the Overgrowth map.
Yeah.
Just shoot him.
Yep. Echelon barely ran.
Yeah.
Echelon barely ran on release. It was Overgrowth or nothing, pretty much. No one
Up
played
until that
Monuments.
winter update, every single update was choppy, and every single time they would
didn't
throw
do
in an
much.
update, I was like, where's the new game
skins.
mode? Yeah, I was like, where's the new game mode? Where's the new PvP mode? Where's the new maps? And, like, seriously, there would be, like, 2 fucking sentences talking about a map, like, no game modes, and then the rest is talking about new skins and new characters and new story modes, which is another fucking stupid thing, Gearbox. Like, really, you're gonna create an arena PvP team-based MOBA-like shooter, right? And then you're gonna fucking just do nothing with the PvP and add story ops. Because that's what you want to do in a fucking online Arena-based, mobile-like fucking first-person shooter. Is I want to go in and I want to fight the AI. That's what I want to do. I definitely don't want to do the fucking online
like,
PvP.
The funniest shit is like, I'm talking him
mode.
into running this shit with me because I like it. And he's like, this is fucking Destiny difficulty. They just made him fucking hit me super hard.
Because I'd be playing like El Dragon. Run up and I'd be like trying to melee him, get hit once on advanced mode. I'm like, fucking dead. Help me.
Well, it was because you got more ops points and I had already ran them all. So like I had starting with fucking 50.
Right.
And we were getting up
but
to
still,
100.
It's like, that's this.
And it gets harder and harder. But yeah, it's dumb, dude. It's like,
do
it
that
was stupid.
shit.
Like that boss at the end of Atticus is like, one of her spears blew up on you, you were dead.
Yeah, it's
she just one-shot you.
It's a lazy way of doing your difficulty, and it's not fun.
You know what it is? I swear to God, it's this fucking mobile mentality because mobile games have just fucking clean clocks.
Yeah.
They've made so much money, and the way that they've made money is miraculous because what they do is they just take this basic fucking formula, they fucking make it grindy. Like, I don't know whose fucking idea it was to make Bejeweled grindy. But look at it's King, and they're rich as fuck.
Yeah,
they're super wealthy. Like that company is lucrative as fuck. They got bought out by Activision. That company, that the people who started that, and they did it by fucking making Bejeweled grindy. So what happens now? What do we see? Like all of these games, FPSs, everything, third person with the Division, all sorts of them. Fuck it, Shadow of Mordor. What do? We take these games and we make them grindy. We make them reward you with loot boxes. We make them reward you randomly. They make you reward you with XP and all of these things, the loot and all this shit you can get. And then fucking bam.
I feel like
you're hooked on like this simple fucking thing that's easy for them to read. Destiny 2, playing that beta, that was easy for them to do. I don't give a fuck. They did not fucking change enough from Destiny 1.
No.
To warrant the fucking amount of money this company has made. No fucking way.
And
you tell me maybe they didn't make like, you know, the cost of production on day one. And then the first month they had cleared 600. Yeah. Right? You tell me that and then maybe I'll understand. But they did.
Yeah.
This company, you know, and it's like with Gearbox, it's just like, it's kind of admirable that they did the winter update. It's kind of admirable that they did all these things that now on PC no one's playing.
At this point, though, I
think it's being played on PS4 and Xbox.
Admirable,
like, that's it.
But
it's being played on consoles.
I got a question for you. Is it admirable to kick a dead horse? Because that's what I feel like they're doing at this point. They haven't touched the PvP. Have they added new game modes?
Yeah, but the thing about it is you can't play it. Even on the PS4, I was sitting there for like all day. Like 15, 20 minutes. I sat there trying to get into that supercharged mode and I just couldn't get into supercharged. Because no one wants to play anything but fucking Overgrowth Incursion. That's all anyone wants to play.
Well, yeah, but how long is it
and then they
since it's been out?
This is the thing that pisses me off, is they say, fuck you, we decide what modes you get a queue for.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get a queue for Incursion. If you just want to run Incursion, fuck you. You don't get to run for Incursion.
You just get to run
You run quick maps. You run versus maps, and then they'll decide, the team will decide what you get to play. It's like, no. You know what? And that's the problem with its low player base. That's bound to happen. You have to just shuffle everyone into something, right? So I don't get to choose what I get to play. And this game that I spent $60 on, that I can't log into.
Yeah.
Unless I give Sony fucking X amount of dollars. And then I can't fucking play at all if I don't have Sony money. Right? At all. Then I can't play at all if I don't have my internet.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to see out of Borderlands 3, man?
Dude.
Based on that, just look at that.
It's gonna be like that.
Do you think they're gonna have it be like, you gotta be online? It's gotta be you have to have PlayStation Plus to play fucking.
I think that
Borderlands 2.
I think that there will be an offline mode, but let's just talk about like overall content. I think it's not gonna be as big as Borderlands 2 or even the pre-sequel. I think that it's going to be chopped up. I feel like there's going to be DLC day one with a season pass.
They'll do daily login rewards, bro.
They will make it grindy, and
they'll do this mobile grindy shit.
By the way, with your previous point about how like games nowadays, they're just going to make them grindy. Always make them grindy. I feel it in Neo. And Neo, I feel, is an excellent game. I love Neo because of the story, but at the end of the day, they have that grind mechanic.
Yeah, they did that shit.
You want more weapons. You want to keep playing. They have like weekly and daily special missions that you can do that are amped up difficulty, and it's just. And I think about it, and I'm like, it's kind of like Bloodborne. Bloodborne was grindy, and I didn't even know that when I first beat it.
Bloodborne wasn't grindy like that, though. Bloodborne was...
They added that Diablo-like farm where you could get the gems. You could only get specific things in these specific
this is the
events
thing, but you can't... But the thing about that...
Like,
but the thing about that is that's all like fucking... That's like brilliant to me. I think that's cool. I wish there were Chalice dungeons in Dark Souls 3, because you already have this game that's already huge. Like, Bloodborne's huge. There's a lot of bosses in there. It's a lot of gameplay. If you're fucking playing through it blind, it's a lot of fucking gameplay.
I'm just saying, using that as an example.
But yeah, they added the Diablo-style chalices, because roguelite kind of. Well, but they do it. That's the thing. These aren't bad things. It's not bad to me.
Well, that's an example of them doing it right, because they gave you a full title, a full release.
Well, fucking Dead Cells, bro. Dead Cells has a daily run now. Dead Cells has a daily run that people can get on and run a daily.
Well, roguelike games are kind of supposed to be grindy, because the whole point is you're supposed to die multiple times.
I don't think it's dumb. I'm just saying it's just another
But I think
point.
That
fucking...
they make it grindy. You
Redneck,
don't see that.
whatever the fuck game.
Yeah.
What is that? Redneck?
Immortal Redneck?
Immortal Redneck. That game's the shit. There's none of that shit, but it's grindy. Yeah. It's grindy as fuck. It's a first-person rogue legacy.
But that's the thing with roguelites, and that's what I was going to say.
Well, good roguelites.
Well, Devolver Digital is grindy, but they don't have like daily runs or like special rewards for logging in and shit.
But it's different when you're talking like that's kind of like the key of the game is to grind and die, and get the gold, and then level up your skill tree and fill that shit out. That's different than like what Shadows of Mordor is going to be doing.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like you'll probably get like a daily login. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's some bullshit. You'll get like loot boxes every now and then for completing story missions, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be quests, and like as a reward you'll be given a fucking loot box. Because they want you to buy that shit. And if they give it to you for free, people buy more of that shit. I mean, what does Overwatch prove? They give you one free every time you level up, man.
Fuck Overwatch, by the way. I fucking hate Overwatch. Can we just quit bringing up Blizzard? It leaves such a bad taste in my mouth.
I hate Overwatch fanboys that think that Overwatch is just the end-all be-all of everything, and that everything copies it, and so anyone who says people are trying to compare Lawbreakers to it, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Do not try to compare Lawbreakers to Overwatch, because when I got in Overwatch, guess what? My first match, I fucking wrecked pretty much everyone in there. Okay? Fucked them up. I'm not trying to be braggy or cocky. I'm just saying, the first time I played Overwatch, I was immediately fucking decent.
It's because it's geared
more towards immediately
the person
decent.
Who's just logging in for 20 minutes a
I was
day.
immediately decent at it. Yeah. Right? As someone who had not played Team Fortress 2, as someone who had not played a whole lot of those, except for Battleborn, right? I was immediately decent at it. Okay? Fucking, when I tried Lawbreakers, I got my ass fucking kicked. I was playing it with a fucking... This will tell you all you need to know. I was trying to play it with a controller on the PC. Okay? You just can't... This game was built with the mouse in mind. And unless you're playing on, the console where other people have the same thing, you're gonna get fucking outplayed. You're gonna get outplayed because this thing was built with a mouse in mind. And the movement in it and everything... People are comparing it to Overwatch. And they're saying that no game can compete against Overwatch. It's like, bitch, do you not understand that Overwatch is the fucking shadow of, Team Fortress 2? Do you understand that?
Overwatch...
It's a shadow of a sequel.
Overwatch is the bastard child of Blizzard and Activision. Can we just say that? I fucking hate Overwatch. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I just love the stories. The stories.
Dude,
there's
I hate it.
Oh, look, there's a new May trailer and she's got a robot in it.
I fucking hate it. To think that the same company.
It's like Candy Crush. Yeah. Candy Crush does the same shit. They have cutscenes.
Dude, it's
They release
dumb.
cutscenes. The trailers are like cartoons and shit.
But here's the difference between
you're releasing cinematics on YouTube as your fucking story for your fucking Overwatch. Your fucking
Blizzard is comparable to
you're making
fucking
cartoon.
Candy Crush.
You're making cartoons for people to watch. You're making cartoons for people to watch.
Fucking Overwatch.
That is what Blizzard does.
Yeah.
There's a new one for Hearthstone. There's a new one for Heroes of the Storm. They're making cartoons for people to watch. That is what fucking Blizzard does.
Dude, Blizzard is dumb.
They make safe games that are going to yield tons of fucking money a year so that they don't have to make new IPs, so they can make fucking cartoons and skins fucking for people to look
Their
at.
brand new IP doesn't even have like a rich lore story behind it.
Fuck Blizzard.
I don't even care. Fucking
that's,
like that's
these people,
yeah.
they will defend that shit left, right, and center. They are conditioned because Overwatch is cool.
Yeah.
Overwatch is cool. People take what is told to be cool to them, and they take it and they're like, yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. It's like this fucking dumbass who was commenting on my No Man's Sky video. He commented before and he's like, you're right, man. Like, it's fucked up what they did. I still enjoy it, but clearly they lied. Like, all this, right? And then I'm not playing it, and all of a sudden he's going to come down and he's going to be like, you're fucking fucked up for not playing it. This is fucking added everything you've been complaining about. Blah, blah, blah. That's not the point, motherfucker. I don't care if they add it. You know, Blizzard fucking, or Battleborn, Gearbox fixed the fucking Battleborn with the winter update, polished the bitch out. Did I say, oh, hey, I'm so glad in my day one purchase. Yeah. I'm so glad that I believed these people's word on what this game was going to be and, you know, bought it with that in mind. I'm so glad. No, I said, look, like, it was fucked up what they did. Then when they call me a founder, I call them out. It's fucked up what they did. Fuck No Man's Sky and their cool new grass and their update, right? Fuck them. And this guy's like, you just, if you don't play it, you're a fucking tool. I mean, Total Biscuit is playing it. Total Biscuit is giving it a shot. Who gives a fuck? The second he was, I don't even care. I hadn't discovered Total Biscuit, never gave a shit to listen to him. I was listening to Jim Sterling. That's who I liked. Apparently, Jim Sterling did call out the microtransactions in Overwatch. He was like, these are sneaky, these are mobile, this is like, he tried to do it so fucking nice too, because God bless him, he understands. This fucking game, if it's Blizzard and they're telling someone it's cool, you know what I mean, then it's cool. This is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so if you talk shit on, and he got a lot of hate. He got a lot of heat for fucking just being nice. Nice, like so nice about it, saying this is fun. I can see why people would play this with friends. It's, you know, it's got a lot of entertainment, a lot of replayability with all these characters that are fascinating and fun, and they can say cool things, blah, blah, blah. But these loot boxes are like the only reward system. It's the only progression system in the game, and they're there to convince you to give you a freebie so that you'll get caught up in loot box rat chase, where you just want more of these fucking things that you say don't affect the game. But me, I like these characters too. I may want one of these skins. I may want one of these, and I wish there was a way to go towards that. And I'm like paraphrasing him here, but he's like, I wish there was a way for me to go for that isn't locked behind random chance. Okay. And he got fucking beef for it. Total Biscuit defended those from day one. Why wouldn't he? Right? He's a voice announcer for StarCraft 2. He's fucking Blizzard #1 cool fanboy. I don't care about Total Biscuit's opinion. If he says No Man's Sky is good now, and he thinks they deserve credit for what it's done, that is just more reason for me, sir, to say fuck No Man's Sky, fuck Hello Games, fuck what they did. It represents everything wrong within this industry. It represents everything wrong within this world.
Yeah.
That corrupt, lying people can make up fabrications about their game or tell, hopeful, dreamy stories about what they really hope will be in it someday, and never inform the goddamn customer, never fucking announce it, even after it's released. You're saying, we didn't expect people to find themselves this quick. We were going to add a quick search so you could fucking find each other faster. If again, we wanted you to find each other in your game that is not multiplayer. As so many staunch defenders of this game will state, had single player on the description on Steam day one. Okay? So that's how they tell consumers that there's not multiplayer? Right? They tell people there's multiplayer on national TV, but then they tell people that there's not multiplayer in a motherfucking product description? You're right. They're the fucking definition of everything upright and upstanding in this world. And God bless them and their new fucking grass. God fucking bless them and their new grass. Take that game, shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
That's why when he said that, I'm like, I don't care. Right? I'm not being told what's cool, bitch.
Yeah.
All right? You're being told what's cool. If you think No Man's Sky, everything Sean Murray did, all of a sudden, all these months later, you're flip-flopping and say it's totally cool because they stuck with it. You know, they never acknowledged that they lied to us. They never announced anything except for the Twitter hack when someone on the team felt guilty enough to say, yo, it was a mistake. It was a mistake for us to fucking lie to you guys.
Yeah.
The one pinprick of fucking honesty that came out of that company is supposedly a hack, right? I don't give a fuck if Total Biscuit thinks they're cool. I don't give a fuck if Total Biscuit thinks that that game's completely fine. I don't give a fuck what Total Biscuit thinks, because I think this. And that's the problem with the fucking... That's why Overwatch is huge. That's why no one talks shit on it, and if you do, you get downclicked.
It's because other people think it's cool, so I must think it's cool,
I must think it's cool, too. It's fucking cool. You just don't get it, bro.
You can't give a fuck about what other people think is
Overwatch
cool.
is a good game. It is a good product that ran great on day one, that did it what it was intended to do,
right.
And that was to sell fucking loot boxes.
And if that's your type of game...
That's what Overwatch was there to do.
Yeah. But if that's your type of cup of tea, if that's the game that you enjoy playing, hey, good for fucking you.
Yeah,
man.
no kidding.
But, like, in my opinion, when it comes down to Overwatch, the number one and only thing that I gotta say is, how sad is it when I say that the same company who created such an massive fucking world and lore spanning, like, decades and centuries,
so much,
thousands of years in the timeline, and adding in fantasy and sci-fi and alien species
800
and different shit.
There's like 800 fucking Luke Skywalkers in the fucking World of Warcraft lore. In Warcraft lore, there's like over 100 fucking, you know, Darth Mauls. There's so many awesome fucking characters.
Exactly, and it's sad that when I think about the same company who made that game, I think, Jesus Christ, they made a game that I could be compared
There's a new May
to
trailer.
Smite.
There's a new May trailer.
I don't care.
She's really super cute, and she's not wearing her fucking outfit that makes her look fat. BBW's for life, by the way.
Who's the gorilla? Tell me who the gorilla is, who he was before the events of Overwatch, what the events before Overwatch were, what the events after Overwatch
It's
are.
a global war. They're like
Who
mercenaries. They were they're basically the A team of cartoons.
So
and then they went and they like helped save the world, or they stopped it or something, and then they were outlawed because they're like the Incredibles too.
That's why these fanboys piss me off. Is, you know what?
And you just don't get it, bro. Like you don't get it.
No,
you don't watch Steven Universe. You don't watch fucking like you just don't get it, bro.
No,
you don't,
I don't
fucking
give a fuck.
get it, bro.
No, I don't give a fuck. This is just like my opinion, and you may have a different opinion, and you may like this game, and that may not mean that I hate you or you.
By the way,
me.
Jackson's Trails does not wish to offend any Steven Universe fans.
Don't get triggered, bitches.
There was just one particular. Don't say it like that. Jackson's Trails would now like to apologize for the explosive reaction from my younger brother. I'm trying to create family entertainment here.
But that's the ultimate thing that I'm trying to get across. Is if you like that type of game,
it's fine.
That's completely fine, and that is okay with you. But from where I'm standing from, as a person who played World of Warcraft and Warcraft 3, and you know, got into the story, got into the lore, loved the Warcraft movie, you know, and I can totally see where all these critics are like, I hate the movie, but I'm not that fanboy who's like, fuck you for hating that movie. I fucking want to have you gutted and fucking stabbed in the fucking balls. Like, you know what I mean?
You horrible human.
Yeah, that is like...
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you express an opinion that's different from mine?
Who fucking...
Who the fuck do you think you are? Everyone must think alike, and everyone must be the same person. Total Biscuit said that movie was good. How dare you go against Total fucking Biscuit?
Other people think it's
people think it's brilliant.
We think it's awesome.
You don't even know it's for the fans.
That's for fans.
That's the win. That's the win. All you have to say is it's for the fans, and then you win.
Yep.
Because anyone who doesn't get it isn't a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't like the Joker in fucking Suicide Squad? You must sure fucking hate the Joker, cocksucker, because that's just the fucking best iteration of him ever.
There was fucking scenes from a comic with him fucking shirtless with tattoos and fucking gritty and ass.
You haven't seen the extended version, man. It was made for the fans. Like, look at this comic picture and look at this scene in the movie. Like, it's fucking like, it's a panel for panel, bro. Like, you just don't get it. This is for the fans. It's for the fans.
No. It was for the
If you don't like Destiny 2, you know what? It's not about you, bitch. It's about the fans.
It's for the fans.
If you don't like Borderlands 3, motherfucker, you know what? It's not about you, bitch, because they didn't make it for you. They made it for the fans.
Yeah.
If you don't like Battleborn, well, you know what? Fuck you, because you know what? It's just made for the fans. It's not made for you, so maybe you should just fuck up. You don't like Overwatch? You're gonna die, motherfucker. That's how they are, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That fucking, it's just
not all
ridiculous.
of them. I know a lot of people that play
Yeah.
Overwatch and like it because they do like, because that's the thing. Like, I've seen like tight end, you know, and the esports behind it is real.
Right.
So like, we're very harsh on Overwatch, but at the same time, like, there is some things.
Right.
Like, it's a good game. Like,
And
it
I'm
does
not
what it's
saying
supposed to.
it's
Like the
It's
third
just-
person. It's like a third person fucking, not Hearthstone, but Heroes of the Storm, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a competent game. It does it well. There is competitive there. It's balanced well. The characters are balanced well. It functions great. It's just like, this isn't Hi-Res Studios.
Exactly.
This isn't fucking, you know,
Exactly.
like, whoever makes Awesome Knots or any of these other free-to-play, like, this isn't whoever makes...
San Diego,
This is fucking
whatever.
Blizzard!
Yeah. The same
This is
company
Blizzard.
that made Diablo.
And they're making competent PvP only games that do their job well
But have no
and sell
substance.
a shitload of motherfucking gear in those
They
boxes.
have no substance. They are the Michael
So
Bay
many
of
loot
video
boxes.
games now. Let's just throw that out there.
I'm telling you, you look at what their games do, dude. It's exactly like what Candy Crush did.
Dude, the gaming industry is one big
Who
fucking
owns?
Michael Bay
Look!
movie.
Think about this. Like, seriously, like Candy Crush, when they had an update or anything like that, there's some cartoony type fucking thing online. You know, there's some sort of event. There's some. You look at it and it's like legit. Overwatch is a mobile game, dude. Like, it is a first person, definitely fucking excellent. Like, step up. But it's like what Phil Spencer said, man. You look at these games that are being played, and they're resembling mobile games.
Yeah. All of them.
He sees it. They all see it, but no one wants to fucking admit that. No one wants to acknowledge it.
Well, they acknowledge it, but
And
they
here's
act
the
like
thing.
it's a great
So
thing.
like Shadow of
partnering
War,
together.
Shadow of War is kind of like a line down the middle, man. Like, we're gonna find out. I honestly think like so goes Shadow of War, so goes Borderlands 3, so goes every release coming from fucking AAA publishers and developers for fucking years to come. If that game does well, if that game does not flop as hard as Andromeda, which Andromeda isn't a flop, motherfucker. There's a reason they're updating the motherfucking PvP. There's a reason they're or not PvP, the PvE, the players, the multiplayer.
Yeah.
The fucking horde mode with loot boxes. Okay? There's a reason that's getting updated, but the single player story mission is because that shit is selling. Like, they're making money off of that. That game, you can call it a flop. It's definitely a flop. But it's like the same kind of a flop as like World of Warcraft, the movie. Like, Warcraft was a flop.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't really a flop.
No, they made money.
Yeah, they made a lot of money. Just
It just
not here.
wasn't a lot of money.
It just wasn't as much as it wasn't as much as they wanted.
Yeah.
Because like it made money. It made money. It was financially lucrative for them.
Yes.
If this game doesn't hit that point where it's just financially lucrative, if it makes tons of money, I mean, fuck it, dude. I don't even know though, because Destiny 2's coming and you know it's gonna make
Dude,
tons
all
of money.
these games coming
So
out.
I say it's just that's the
future's
way it
dark.
goes.
The future's dark, but there's also a little hope.
There's tons of good games
Yes,
being made
it's dark.
by other people. Like, there's
Yes,
tons of options.
It's dark, but there's
Immortal
a little
Redneck,
hope.
all the fucking
Yeah,
games.
we're-
Dying Light is
yeah.
making the creators behind Dying Light. I can't remember what is it. What is
Yeah.
it? Come on. Oh my god, why can't I think of it? Techland. Techland?
Yeah.
I think it's Techland.
Yeah.
But whoever it was, I think it's Techland. But they're setting up their own thing, kind of like what they did with GOG. You know what I mean? The good old games with
Having their own
CDPR, yeah, like a
launcher.
sister company,
Right.
like something there to help them make digital sales. I'm gonna be buying from those people a lot more too, because I want to see companies like CDPR and I want to see companies like that make the money. You know, that's all I can do.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. All I can do is when a game comes along like Shadow of War, all we can do is just not buy it.
Yeah.
Wait till it's on sale. Because I really want to play it.
Well, here's
that's
the thing.
What fucking sucks.
This is the thing, dude. This is what
I want to see Shelob's tits, just so I can say, oh my god, I live in a fucking world where Shelob has tits.
Okay. But this
That's
is
the only reason I want to see her tits.
This is all
also because I bet she's got great tits.
This is the last thing. This is the last point that I'm going to make. To be honest, we are at the precipice of seeing a huge shift in the gaming industry. You are going to see it either like going more in the direction where it is now, where it's like cut content, short AAA games that are
grindy,
like early access, constant updates because they want you to keep playing it, to keep buying shit for it, to keep doing shit for it. Or you're going to see just like it all shift. Because I think what is really going to happen, I don't think it's going to go more in that direction.
There's people talking like there's going to be a crash.
I don't think
there's going to be a crash.
There's going to be a wide variety of these games, and I don't think that they're going to go away completely. I think that what's going to happen is people are going to follow the trends with the companies that they trust, who they shouldn't trust, who are going to fuck them. And then what's going to happen is those companies are going to be the ones that stay alive.
Blindingly following them.
Yes, but those are the companies that will stay alive, and the other companies that are doing the exact same shit.
When the microtransactions came out in Destiny, they were like, you know what? They're just cosmetic.
Yep.
They're just cosmetic, and they need it, yo.
Yeah.
They need it because they're gonna get the, they're gonna fund the live team.
That's what I. So think
I buy some shit, that I want, and like they're gonna give back. They're gonna give back, man. Like they're gonna give back, man.
But that's what I think's gonna happen.
After we pay them $40,
I think
that's the thing. We didn't have to buy the winter update. That's basically what Destiny did.
Yeah, they made you buy that.
They made you buy the winter update. The Taken King fixed Destiny like fucking winter update fixed Battleborn.
It's like World of Warcraft. Like, oh my god, didn't you play Vanilla Destiny? And
like Vanilla Destiny,
PC Destiny,
so different,
and you totally forgot about the WOTLK fucking Destiny.
Yeah, dude. I did. Vanilla Destiny was off the chain.
Dude.
I remember fucking loot farming the cave.
There's still servers of that going. No, there's not, motherfucker. Who the fuck is playing Vanilla Destiny? I'll tell you what, there's a whole slew of people still playing Vanilla World of Warcraft, and that's why it's called Vanilla World of Warcraft.
They're still playing Vanilla. No, they're not. It doesn't exist. You cannot play it.
The servers came back on. There was a petition.
No, I mean fucking Destiny. It's impossible to play Vanilla Destiny.
Well, Vanilla World of Warcraft, Blizzard actually shut down the servers, and the petition of like over 500,000 people.
Fucking with my money, bitch.
Well, 500,000 people were like, we were playing that server. We want to play vanilla only World of Warcraft. Signed a petition, and Blizzard opened it back up.
At least they do that. At least they're with the community. But you know what? I think the only reason they do that
is it's like,
but
that's
still,
there.
I think that's the only reason they do that is
That's
because, like I said with Bungie earlier, it's like a shell. Like they're creating a shell.
Yep.
Where it's like you talk shit on their fucking, microtransactions in Overwatch. People always say, yeah, but they've released new characters and they've released, new modes. Like they've given us stuff.
Do that very well.
All of them do.
You sit there, you compare it to World of Warcraft. They're like, well, they didn't say it was an MMO.
Yeah.
And so you compare it to like a different first-person shooter, and they're like, well, they said that they was gonna have other
it's a shared world
shooter.
It's a shared world shooter looter.
Yeah, and then
looter shooter shared
you
world
talk shit
looter
about
shooter.
Something else, and they're like, no, but it's
if
like
you
a
have to fucking
different
if you have to
thing.
qualify your fucking game with like 13, 14 different fucking subgenres, clearly the company that made that game had their head up their fucking ass.
Has nobody seen Spider-Man 2?
It's like fucking Battleborn. It's like 4 different fucking styles of fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, there you go. And it's like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
So, Borderlands 3 or bust?
Borderlands 3 or bust. The industry's going fucked. Gaming is dead. I don't give a fuck anymore. Devolver Digital or bust for me, man. That's it, dude. Their E3, that is the only fucking part of E3
that new game
I
they
saw.
got? I was thinking about, I don't want to, but it's just like multiplayer only PvP shit, but it looks cool. It looks like a For Honor take.
Oh.
It's Absolver. It looks like a take from For Honor. Like it's 1v1 though, and like there's like ninja moves, and you got to block, and like you can pick up weapons. Looks interesting.
See, they're doing it right, and not only that, but that lady who was up on that stage.
That
and
whole
all
stage
those
show
people,
was awesome.
Oh my god.
They get
dude.
it.
They do.
Get it.
And not only that, but they openly fucking mock it and mock you dumbasses for fucking doing it.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that's why I'm like, Devolver Digital or bust. I'm not even kidding. Seriously, they're my horse. I put my bet on them. That's like all I got.
I'm putting my bet on all of the indie games. Like anyone, I'm putting my hopes on people who play video games having the decision of what happens in the video games.
Yep.
I'm not putting my hopes on people in suits who see bottom lines and only give a fuck about bottom lines deciding what goes in my video games. I want people who play video games and like video games making my video games.
Yes.
Not motherfucking people who are looking for a paycheck.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be making money, but I think that the reason like
the passion should be there.
Because you're making money off of doing something you love. Not about
and if you don't love what you're
making
doing,
compromises and giving in here and there and saying, yeah, we'll rework the entire campaign to include loot boxes in our single player only experience. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyone like that, fuck off. I got no time or use for you. Everyone else, love you. Hope you enjoyed our meandering trail.
Absolutely.
Cheese blames.
Peace out.
Jackson, saying goodnight. Fucking love you guys. You plug my Twitter.
Fucking follow him on Twitter. Fucking
plug me, bitch.
Follow him on YouTube.
That sounds awful.
Follow him on Twitch. He's on Twitch. He's going to be streaming more on Twitch, hopefully.
I'm probably going to be. We
switched that up a little bit. We got that switched up a little bit.
It's not going to be the best quality, though.
But it'll be a lot better.
I'll be able to stream.
And uninterrupted, which is a good thing.
Yeah, so like the quality on the video is not going to be the best, but I'll be able to stream. So follow me there.
Yeah!
Bye, everyone!
Plug it!
Plug it like Nantucket. By the way, guys, remember that Total Biscuit completely and totally approves of the Jackson's Trail programming. Total Biscuit loves the Jackson's Trail programming.